Not your average tabletop. Woohoo!
Welcome to Not Your Average Tabletop. I'm Zach.
And I'm Mac.
Today we're giving our first impressions of Fromage.
Fromage from the land of France.
Yes, exactly.
Cheese.
The land of cheese. As you can see from the box cover, which I'm apparently the only one that loves.
Cloudy with the chance meatballs.
I mean, fair enough,
But with
I guess,
cheese.
but I think it looks pretty nice. And you and Pepper are just wrong. Just flat out wrong. I'm just going to say it.
I never said it didn't look nice. I just said it looks like Cloudy with the chance of meatballs.
That's true.
But it is a unique and fun cover.
It is. And it doesn't get enough respect.
No respect.
No
around
respect.
Here. Gets no respect.
But yeah, Fromage is a game that I played for the first time on Board Game Arena. It was one I almost backed when it initially was on Kickstarter, but I'm like, is it a gimmick? I was just worried that So, in this one, you've got kind of a board, Lazy Susan board that's cut into 4 segments, and they're kind of different... Cheese wedges. And they all score kind of differently, have different scoring conditions, and you put these
Your cheese makers.
Your cheese makers out onto the board, and potentially some cheese wooden pieces onto spots to score points and stuff. And I thought, I don't know if that's just gimmicky. Like, you're aging your cheese, so depending on how valuable the spot is.
The man who invested in Cthulhu 1, 2, and 3 thought Fromage looked gimmicky.
I didn't invest in 1, 2, and 3. Pepper got Cthulhu 1.
Okay. Gimmicky. All right.
How is Cthulhu gimmicky? No, I just thought you age your cheese and then you slide the wedge, and so the worker has kind of like a triangle point, and depending on how valuable the cheese was, it takes longer to age, so you'll get your worker back. It's like a time track, essentially.
Yeah.
And then you
Real-time game.
You spin it, and if the worker's looking back at you, you get that worker back. So some of them take, that next turn you'll get them right back. Sometimes it'll take 2 turns, or even possibly 3 turns.
Ooh.
And in the Formaggio expansion that's currently on Kickstarter as of filming this, or GameFound, whichever one it is, I believe they have the 4 turn.
Oh, no.
Takes all the way to come all the way back.
That sounds painful.
Crazy.
But
I thought that might be a gimmick. So I was happy when it was on Board Game Arena, because I'm like, okay, I'm going to get a chance to try this one that I was excited about. And I really, really liked it. And Pepper, I don't know, he has not wanted to play with me since, so I got a copy of it. And I'm like, I hope that this is as good in person, and I hope Mac likes it. Because I knew I did after that, so I played it a few more times, and we played it twice. So you have 2 plays of it. I have a couple more than you. What did you think? I guess first off, I'll say the physical copy. The only thing is how this square that fits into the top of the board and the board in general. I think you have to have kind of a pretty flat surface, or else it doesn't quite sit right.
He wobbles.
A little wobbly. So I think it worked a little bit better on this than it did. We actually just got this gaming table, and before we were on a carpet, and I feel like that did not work at all.
Yeah.
That was really kind of didn't work, and this one's definitely a lot better. I thought when we played it that second time it was much better.
I didn't notice it at all really the second time. So, I didn't think a whole lot about it, other than I had heard the cover art debacle between you and Jesse. So, I was interested that it was a cheese-themed game. It's not something you get a lot around here. But then, upon you explaining it to me and kind of playing it, it's fairly straightforward. It's not too crazy of a game. It's definitely not heavy, Euro-styled, I guess. So we played it. I really liked it. I had a lot of fun with it. Chasing your cheesers around. By the way, I'm a cheese girl, so it wasn't a bad theme at all. So I thought you were going to truly lead off with the fact that I asked you to play this again.
I should have.
But you really left that dry there.
Well,
So-
I left you hanging to see how you would react, what you'd say.
Yeah. So I actually asked to play this again.
You did, which is not common.
Out of to be fair, it had a limited selection amount, but
That's true.
I can actually honestly see this one being a game that I'd want to play pretty often. Like,
I thought you were going to stop there. End of sentence. This is a game I would want to play.
well, that is the
yeah,
statement.
no,
That is the statement. So it is just really fun. You just like really just putting your cheeses out there, trying to get the best score you can in the different areas. Kind of doing that whole berry and sauce thing with the cows and the building. So there's like a little like extra to it that's I wasn't really expecting, but adds a nice kind of like little lilt to it, where it's like, you know, you
Kind
just
of rounds it off.
Yeah, you're not just laying your cheese. Like if you want to lay there, you're gonna need a berry in order to go there. Like there's a little bit of a qualifier on some of them, which I think is really helpful because it gives it a nice dynamic without it being overly hard to get there. Because it's like, well, even if I can't play this one because I don't have a berry, I could maybe play this one instead or whatever. So. I really like it, and expansions are always really hard for me, so I'm really torn about backing the Fromage expansion because once I like a game this much at its like core, building on that is always just so scary to me because it might wreck that beautiful feeling that you had playing it. So we'll see, but I would give this one an.
We start with and, so that only leaves
8.
8. I was thinking just 1 because it's an O, but
Yeah.
I don't think in that.
I would actually probably give it a 9.
A 9. Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't think it'd be quite that high for you. So that's.
It was fun. The cows are good. The little things
It
are
is.
good. The production is excellent.
I think technically this is the limited edition.
Oh, okay.
So there's a slightly. I don't know what. If it's cardboard in the other one.
Did you beg the guys to like give you a Kickstarter version or?
No,
They just
it
have
was
it-
Game Nerds
deluxe
had
ones?
like a few deluxe ones,
I see.
and I was like banking on her liking it.
Zach's like, I don't always win when I gamble.
I almost never win.
1 in 100 I do.
1 in 100. Yeah, I 100% agree. This one's either a 9 or 9.5 for me. It's got that time track element to it. It's lighter than these other games, but it's what like Teotihuacan and Arborea, what those games are. Much heavier experiences. This one does it in a very light way, and it just works. It's not just a gimmick. It reminds me of Planet Unknown, where I was worried that one would just feel like a gimmick of we're spinning this around to pick our polyomino tile, and it just makes the game just work perfectly. You just spin that, and you see, yep, they're pointing back at me. I can take that worker back. It makes sense. It works, and I feel like I'm aging the cheese. And I love the cheese cards. It kind of reminds me of the bird cards in Wingspan, where it kind of has a little details on the type of cheese. I think they're all different ones. So I like that little unique piece as well.
It may have inspired us to make a list of cheeses that we want to try.
It did. But now we have to find a cheesery? No.
Yeah.
What's it called? I think there's a name for it. So let us know in the comments below if you know what that is. What's it called?
Delicatessen?
What?
No, that's meat. Delicatessen.
Yeah, I don't remember. I do not remember. But, check out our unboxing of this one if you want to see the deluxe edition. I don't know when this will probably come out well after the Kickstarter for Fromage is over, so I don't know if you're going to maybe late back. I don't know.
Well, like and subscribe to make sure you
limited
can
edition.
follow along if we...
Yes. Maybe I'll get this one out maybe tomorrow. I can edit it and get it out tomorrow so that the campaign is still going so people know that it's definitely worth checking out, I think. And I am tempted to back the Formaggio.
I was waiting to hear if you'd already had
I had
that.
not yet. I have not yet, but I'm probably going to.
I'm
We'll see.
surprised. I thought for sure you already had.
Well, now that I know you gave it a 9, I had to wait to see what you were going to give it. I was like, if it's anything
So
lower...
Did you listen to what I said
If it's
about
lower than-
expansion?
If it's lower than a 9, I can't do it. That's what I said right before we started filming this.
Sure.
But yeah, it's definitely a game worth checking out. I don't know how much different the retail version is, so I don't know if it would be significantly different. I don't know if that would change the experience slightly or not. It might.
It might.
It might. I don't know. I cannot speak for that, but you can check it out on Board Game Arena to see at least if you like the feel of the game first. I'd suggest going there first to see if you at least like how the game works, or if it feels too light for you. I could see this feeling too light for some people. But yeah, check out our other videos, and as always, don't forget to keep on nibbling on our content and that cheese.
Bon voyage!